Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Advanced Wars Days Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on top side as a dark gray Isabella. We got EvilAnge. Spawn south side as a green Cyrus. We got SylerSK. When it comes to COs, Cyrus is of course technically a custom CO. Standard boarding cost 3 radius, 30, 60, 60. And of course all units get a nice simple plus 15 plus 15. For the superpower, does provide, of course, the plus 50 plus 15 global, unloads the CO, allows a reload your CO to any unit on the field for 0 boarding costs, and of course get a nice weak missile silo. Sorry about that, I was taking a break last week because I was just a little bit exhausted. Isabella, of course, is nerfed from the cartridge counterpart, has standard boarding cost, 2 radius, 30, 60, 60. All units get additional plus 1% offense, plus 10% defense. And of course, she does provide plus 2 move range for superpower and plus 1 indirect range on plus 2 from the cartridge. Either way, let's get started. This is a triple base map, one airport. And of course, this map is quite large, so it's going to just be a bit of a capture game to start out with. There's a handful of shores and center, which shores of course provide 0 defense stars. You can see here, look at Isabella starting to make her way to the third base. Cyrus decides to head back with that turn as well. Didn't lose any extra turns not capturing the base there, but does go for double bike this turn. And we do have a bike infantry for Isabella. Pair of infantry units there. Or a bit more on a pair, a trio. And looks like Isabella does go for another bike this turn. 6,000 funds, go for a secondary bike as well. Cyrus this turn has 7,000, so he may be eyeing for a regular tank this turn. The airport's does take a bit of time to get to in order to start capturing it up. Do have a tank on the weak side and does just go for mech on the strong side. Both players capturing up the comm tower. It's pretty easy and securable. If you lose your comm tower, you're probably already lost the game to begin with. It looks like Isabella does go for a tank on her strong side. Both players probably going to CO their tank, likely. Nope, Cyrus does move the tank on top of his HQ, which he can CO it next turn. He also sees a tank there, decides to follow up with another tank and mech on the strong side, but however, it looks like the mechs are heading over to the weak side. I hate to be those mechs sprinting up and down mountains. In fact, they have to go up 2 mountains per turn. Looks like I got another tank for Isabella on her strong side. And Cyrus does load up a CO into this tank here. Goes third tank and another mech on the mountain side as well. So we got a train of mechs. Cyrus could get a bit of energy this turn, send the bike and infantry unit forward to take on some of these units. And as well, force provide 3 defense stars, while the short provides 0. Of course, this tank here does pose a threat in reinforcing tank. So this tank may just want to stay back and maybe stick onto forest on the city there. Wait till reinforcements come forward. Isabella does go for a tank on the weak side this time. Does put the tank in the middle shore there. That is in fact a shore, that sandbar. Provides 0 defense stars. But I don't like where that tank is at. It's prone to being double tapped next turn. After all, Isabella's tank here is not in range actually, my bad. Pretty close though. But she will get quite a bit of energy power charge this turn. Good shot there, get boosted damage from her own zone. Quite possibly. He did go for a pair of artillery pieces on that same side as well. Yeah, Cyrus doesn't really have anything to really support out mech spam. Then again, most COs don't really have anything to support mech spam. We got now a tank, artillery, and another tank there. Cyrus up to 27 energy, so he's rapidly getting his power charge up and going. Gets a strike on that tank there. Another good attack there. Up to 35 energy. Pulls back. Not on top of forest nor city. Tank, medium tank, and infantry on the weak. Medium tank on the weak side. Isabella's up to 20 energy. Make that 24. 9 more energy within her radius. This wooden tank should probably fall back. Maybe merge in the... Oh, never mind. I was going to say merge in the command tank there. Put up to 9 health. But it will just have to be at 6 health from now on. Both players have got +1 CO zone. Medium tank, and infantry. The artillery is advancing. Interrupts that capture. Cyrus managed to get his bike all the way over there and now be capturing the southern properties. Though Isabella looks like doing the same as well. 21 versus 22,000 income. And 1 health machine is there trying to capture the city. It will take another 19 turns to capture that property. The game may not last for another 19 turns. It's dead either way. Battlecopter now deployed on the field. Cyrus maybe to blow out his superpower this turn. Let's see. Yeah, there's a good chance he can pull out his superpower, and a nice precision strike here could be very nice with the missile silo. After all, we do have at least 5 inches from the artillery. That's probably the first action he should do. And then he, of course, has a large toxin from, yeah, and only needs 12 more energy, so the chance for a superpower is very likely. Picking off the command tank, however, is unlikely. But have, like, the initial attack be with this artillery and the mech, I would say. The mech can go right here and get 5 damage done there. Well, I guess that right. And there's 60 energy there. And that seems like a prime target. Oh, it looks like a... Oh wait, it struck right here, right? So it looks like it doesn't do any friendly fire damage. Does reload into the medium tank, very nice. Cyrus is probably the few COs who can actually tech up their CO. Picks off that unit there. The chance for Isabella's superpower is also very likely. She just needs another 17 more energy, and there is 19 at least right there, not to mention the other 9. And pulls back the CO unit, decides not to go for any more power charge. Probably should have took some engagements first before pulling back like that, unless she's planning to pull back everything. Let's get at least a bit of energy there. Could have got extra energy there and there. So yeah, a bit of a misplay, I would say. She probably should go for a pair of regular tanks over here to get high mobility, to get reinforcements for superpower. Double medium tank. And Cyrus can get a lot of extra energy there. Sacks that mech there. Lots of good picks. We now got 103 versus 102, so a pretty even value per day-to-day difference. This medium tank is maybe a little bit too far forward. Because if you look here, +2, oh no, she only gets +1 range from her indirects, that's right. Not the cartridge counterpart. Either way, a large number of these tanks are in range of the artillery with the superpower. And chance for superpower is very likely. She only needs 12 more energy, and there's a lot of targets in front of her. She waits the artillery piece there. She has enough power, So let's knock on eye for mid-turn power. A lot of units pushing forward here, and one of those spikes, or both these spikes in the range of the artillery, probably should strike the 1-2 capture progress remaining. Not sure if this artillery can do enough damage. With a decent enough luck roll, it will be down to 1, so it would interrupt the capture even further for at least another turn. Actually, nope, and picks off either way. Good picks there, and pops another superpower. Got a pretty good strike over here as well, wounding everything. Of course, he will need a re-CO unit. Maybe this artillery piece, since it's the only thing that looks like he could. Can't say if he reloads CO unit. It's somewhat hard to see the red symbol. She has enough for a superpower, but it looks like she may not be eyeing the pop it this turn. Does strike a good number of mechs. Medium tank strikes the regular tank. No superpower this turn. Medium tank artillery. 127,000 field for 109. So Cyrus is still behind, even though he's reloads himself into a regular infantry unit there. That's a bit questionable. Straight forward, gains some good damage. This medium tank will be in range of the artillery if she pops with power. Tank, battlecopter, mech, and bike. Now it's probably time for the superpower. Looks like no superpower this turn. A little bit late, but I suppose most of those attacks were in the radius. The increased movement range would have been very nice, helps dictate some stuff. She has a pretty good core of medium tanks instead of the map, as her opponent has a good number of mechs and artillery, but lacking anything to really brawl with this large number of medium tanks. The regular tanks can be very nice. Tank, battlecopter, tank, and base skip. Anti-air in the center right here can take out this battlecopter. Or she's going to use the battlecopter to take it out. Probably could have done the battlecopter to finish it off or start it. Battlecopter, anti-air, tank, and mech. Anti-air, tank, medium tank. Does pick off those mechs. Medium tank will strike the medium tank. Starts up to 19 energy. And we'll strike the anti-air there. Now there is a couple of despicable neutral properties in the center. 2 of them. Right now the income is 26 versus 24. A lot of good strikes there. Isabella just maintaining good core of medium tanks. That infantry unit does manage to hang on, capture the property down here. That one property is starting to be flipped. He right now has 39 energy versus Cyrus's 29. Cyrus may be able to get superpower next turn. Gets +1 radius, hits the infantry there with a 1 health artillery anti-air. With a 46 energy, gets a good shot there. 51 energy at the moment, and does wait the CO unit. Isabella could get her superpower next turn as well, which could allow her to get this anti-air. Nope, the anti-air with +1 range would not be able to range the battlecopter. Tank, bike, and battlecopter. Just want to pull back some medium tanks and some various other units. Anti-air, and tank. Cyrus, there's enough to target in front of Cyrus in order to get his superpower. He can now pull his superpower, pops it, gets a good strike there with the precision strike. Not sure which unit he's going to CO himself into, maybe a battlecopter. Nope, loads him to the side of this tank here. Does a good strike there. Anti-airs are in range of some of these battlecopters. Isabella, of course, can get her superpower next turn. Some of these medium tank, this 2 of medium tank here probably should fall back. All the anti-air to hit the battlecopter. Push off there with the infantry unit there. Pops superpower immediately. Once the extra movement range, particularly great for the medium tanks that will close the enemy. Battlecopter strike battlecopter. Tank will strike tank. Triple tank. She's going to spend a lot of funds next turn on repairs to see a lot of units on top of properties. She ends the turn with 136,000. Cyrus starts turn with 104, so Cyrus is behind. You know, it feels like he's been in a bit more of a commanding position. He simply just has less of value in the field. Additionally, Isabella does a 27,000 income versus Cyrus's 23. Lots of good picks there. Getting some decent power charge, up to 8 so far. Cyrus has lost quite a bit, down 111 versus 116. Of course, Isabella still has her day-to-day anti-air tank. And Isabella has captured a couple of these properties down south. Cyrus to try to flip that. He has a good hits there, up to 39 energy. Tank. It's a good shot there, up to 43 energy, getting a lot of good picks there. Up to 54. And Cyrus has been taking more hits there. He is now about 2 turns behind, and plus the income gap has greatly increased. Pops another superpower there. Interrupts that capture there. Both these properties in the center are still despicably neutral. I wonder which unit he loaded up CO unit into. It's hard to see sometimes. Medium tank? I don't think he loaded up CO unit in any of these units, did he? Now Isabella pops her superpower. Oh, he loads up in this infantry unit again. Could have done this medium tank. Lots of picks there in the center. Got a good core of tanks over here, but Isabella's force just staying alive, very wounded. Don't worry about that up there. I don't know what it means. At least when it comes to a replay. Good picks there. Didn't see the tank there. Lots of good picks there. Up to 25 energy. Pretty good counterattack. Up to 35 energy. Make that 39 energy for fresh spawn CO'd. Bike, mech, and anti-tank. Oh, right now she does have 102,000 field versus 83. And they're maintaining their veterancy. A couple of these guys are veterancy 1, some veterancy 2. And of course this medium takes that max out vet. While Cyrus has not been keeping his units alive, so the veterancy has not been accumulating. Medium tank, and infantry. Of course the income advantage has equalized. Cyrus may get another superpower this turn. Has enough, pops another superpower there. May seal himself up into this medium tank right there. Tank, artillery, and battlecopter. Battlecopter decides to run away this way. Should just run northwards, avoid the anti-air. So at this one time, the anti-air will probably need to attack on to hit the bike. Decides to leave the bike alone. Artillery bike. Takes another mech there. The mech gets hit as well. 70 energy units value versus 115. Though his command vehicle tank is pretty close range, so let's have to be careful with this artillery piece though. Yep, I was thinking that spot would have been the shot he could take. Tank, battlecopter. Cyrus still about a turn behind when it comes to unit value. And now Isabella's fresh seal unit, this time a medium tank. Let's push him forward. And this time this medium tank does strike a medium tank. Tank anti-air. And once again, the command tank does take a hit there. Down to 83 versus 121. Push forward some of artillery, but I don't think that's a great spot for them. A little bit exposed for them, but I suppose only the medium tank and anti-air that can really strike them. Tank, medium tank, and mech. And got a Duster infantry. Duster's interesting. There's a number of battle cops in the field. His opponent is lacking anti-air, so the Duster has complete air superiority. And it would be also decent strafe with all the mechs that his opponent's been pulling in the field. Does go for anti-air down south. Cyrus now is at 27,000 income versus Isabella's 23. And Cyrus starting to pull up a bit of forces. Isabella still has a decent number of medium tanks. One that's fully vetted. Cyrus has almost enough power for superpower. Just Isabella, for the time frame, just needs to stay away from the CO zone until she perhaps can pick it off. Bike, medium tank. Anti-air tank. Medium tank infantry. Possibly. Not sure if there is any if I can view any messages, but they're at the point where Force gets to a part of a stalemate part of the game. Both players have similar value in the field at the moment. Isabella is starting to fall behind due to the lack of day-to-day income. And right now I'm also getting hit by the afternoon exhaustion. Medium tank infantry, bike, and battlecopter. A rocket infantry bike that can help break the stalemate. And now Cyrus's anti-tanks are advancing. One's up decent progress, but a bit exposed to some of these units. Does have a tank to support it though. Battlecopter, tank, mech, and tank. Tank strikes tank, and tank strikes tank there. Looks like Isabella's trying to make her advance, has 40 energy. And he gets a good strike there on the artillery. Medium tank, and bike. Does get a good strike there. Nice superpower there, splashing everything there. It also was a splash since it did strike beaches. Splish splash. And does lose her CO tank there. Has nothing in the HQ to quickly get something CO'd. Has to all be the struggle tank with a medium tank. But a lot of the front lines being smashed. Isabella's front line. She may have overextended there, losing a lot of assets right now. Lose the Duster. And Isabella took a pretty big beating here. The artillery's getting hit as well. Oof, that may be a game-ending push. Does CO the medium tank? She's down 130,000 versus 198. Pulls back the medium tank, which is fully vetted. Takes out the medium tank there. Pulls back multiple units on top of properties. Cyrus's turn now. He's in a great position there. Does strike the infantry unit there. And managed to strike the rocket as well. Almost knocks it out, but with 1 health remaining, might as well be dead. Picks off another wounded units there. Medium tank will strike medium tank. Cyrus is almost enough for another CO power. It has enough for a CO power now. And it has 173 on the field, but still did 193 versus 83. Isabella's knocked down quite a bit. Does take out the battlecopter there. Sorry, flip some properties down south. Pawn's moving forward a medium tank like that to take out a regular tank. She's in range of multiple medium tanks. I'll get to a place to launch superpower is right here on the top of this infantry unit. But let's just eyes to keep it sort of. Nice bit of merging there on that tank. Does get a good strike there. Isabella is lacking any AT on the field. So she may need to get out another Duster, Battlecopter, or AT over here in particular. Got Battlecopters also hitting over here as well. So she will need to probably get out double AT relatively soon. Problem is grouping of all these forces. Cyrus has a superpower, which means another 2 damage precision strike. Will it be captured? Despicable neutral? We'll find out soon enough. Get some good hits down south. We'll pull a bunch of units there, so maybe right here superpower. Isabella's now down to 80,000 versus 180,000. Isabella is capturing multiple properties up here. Did interrupt that one. It has 4 capture progress remaining. It has 3 health. 1 capture progress left there, so that will be captured next turn. No superpower has been casted. And just got a nice storm of tanks here. I think Isabella's going to be knocked out pretty soon. Goes for a war tank up north. From a fanfic, I don't care what it takes. You know what is expected of you. At least we'll fight the last Julie and the last round. Let's see. This property is still despicably neutral, except Advanced Wars Days of Ruin doesn't have much of a comeback potential. It all depends. I mean, Cyrus was on the back foot quite a bit. I suppose when it comes to comeback potential, war tanks, the scaling of the ground vehicles is not as significant as in previous games, which does give it a bit more of a balanced feel. But Cyrus was on the back foot quite a bit, so he did make a comeback himself this game. But sometimes when you're just down by half the value, there's not as much. So it's a lot of comeback potential in other advanced wars. Mostly stems down to superpowers, though. No, multiple war tanks there. The anti-tank is straightforward, so maybe the anti-tank should just park itself on top of the HQ for the extra defense. That would probably be best. Anti-tank does get on top of a city here to lock down the base. Yeah, and she was pretty wooden, particularly from the amount of superpowers Cyrus did. Like, how many superpowers did he do this game? 5? 6? I can't remember, but it was a significant amount. Battlecopter tank. Yeah, that last attack was definitely sort of did herself in. Though she is now at max out energy, so she can pop a superpower next turn. And hope maybe break out with extra mobility to do a pick off some units. Cyrus has only captured a handful of properties. Let's look at the despicable neutral here. And so at one point in time, Isabella did have the 28,000 income, like a what 6,000 income advantage. Yeah, the war tank's gonna hit pretty hard up here. I think right now a dust or a battle cop needs to be summoned to help break through up here. An extra unit to push up could be very nice, but right now she's just down to 48,000. I don't think there's any way for her to come back at this point in time. No superpower this turn. True, he sort of did overextend a little bit up there, but he still exists, so maybe not. The CO power zone, just +15, just provide enough stats. Not to mention, a lot of these guys are pretty highly vetted. And the mech could just start eyeing to go to the HQ next turn and start capturing it and start eyeing to end the game. Unless I got another battlecopter, another medium tank. The amount of distance needs to be covered. Probably better go for regular tanks. So he's been taken, so her comm tower. Yep. At this point in time, I think, yeah, Isabella should have probably just have resigned. HQ starting to be captured now. And now the mech is surrounded, at least from this side. Battlecopter and triple artillery. Got just done triple rig to rig the game. And one last her off the superpower. Does not manage to get enough mobility to swing around to the far side of the HQ. And that is game. This Android saying thank you for watching and on to next replay.